I mean, joking aside, you know, it's just sort of underwhelmingly good, isn't it? It just sort of gets on with it, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
It's, there's no drama, like I say, no fuss. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome along to another first impression piece from LandPowerTV.com. This time, it's definitely something a little bit different, isn't it? We are out with Fendt today and we're having a look at its electric powered tractors, the E100 as it is called. So to talk us through it, we have Mr. Philip Matty from Fendt UK. So we won't hang about, Philip. We'll dive straight in and we'll have a look at these tractors.
Yes,
so,
shall we?
Take us through it. I mean, the models that you've got so far, what have you got? What's actually in this range?
So we effectively have two new electric tractors that are joining our range, the E100, and those are available in two different sizes. We have the E107V, which is a 1.3 metre tractor on standard tyres. And then we have the E107S, which is the standard size tractor, which would be 2.2 metres wide.
So you've got a couple of variants that we can see here. What effective power ratings are they?
So it is a 70 horsepower tractor, but we do have the ability to select in the terminal 70, 75 or 90 horsepower. Now, because of the nature of a battery and how it discharges its current, you wouldn't leave it in the 90 horsepower mode for very long. So the 90 horsepower mode would be, for example, you have a snowblower on the front and you need just a little bit of extra energy just to get the blade spinning. Once it's spinning, you would then put it back into eco. So basically, E107, 70 horsepower machine, but you've got a little bit more then for when you need it.
So you've effectively got an eco mode,
yes,
a power mode, and one in the middle.
Yes.
And the more power you demand from it, the quicker you will drain the battery.
Yes, yes. So we've got 100 kilowatt battery, and how much you're drawing away from that does very much depend on your range. Now, range on these tractors, we're looking at very much depending on what you are doing with it, but light duties for 4 to 5 hours. But if you are just tootling about a yard with a loader on, lifting things up, and you're not running the tractor very hard, it will last a little bit longer.
Right.
So very much depends on the task.
Yeah. So getting into the nitty gritty of this E100, this E107.
Yep.
Talk us through. Well, what's it made up of? How does it work? What have you got in there?
So we'll take the frame of the tractor. We'll take the 211, for example. Take the engine out. Take the cooling pack out, and with this one we then have our big battery, which is attached to a motor.
And is this made on the same production line as all your other tractors?
Yes, so the base tractor will go down the main production line, but then it comes off to have the physical battery dropped in and charged, attached, just for safety reasons, really. Electricity, live batteries and stuff. We don't want to do all of that in one place.
No,
it needs to come out into an extra building. So we've got our big motor. All of this is one big fixed panel. So we as drivers, we can't take this off.
So that panel goes from basically from one side all the way over the top down the other.
Yes,
that's fixed.
That's fixed. So me as a driver, me as a farm or a customer or a driver of this machine, I can only open this panel to access the cooling packs.
Right.
So we've got the cooling packs up front. You'll notice they're very, very different to that on the standard 211. So how this cooling system works is it sucks in the air from the side and then it pushes it out the front.
Right, what's the reason for that then?
So we want the battery has its own independent cooling system which works liquid cooled. Depending on some scenarios or depending on your ambient temperature, sometimes we're heating the battery or sometimes we're cooling the battery.
Right.
So we want to leave that down to the tractor and the cooling system to decide that. So basically we want to be taking air away from it. You know, we don't want to be pushing hot air onto the battery. We want it going the other way.
Just get it expelled out there.
Yeah.
Right.
But of course, then you've got the fluid in these cooling packs, which then take care of all of that.
And these are variable fans, these are they? Electric powered
Yeah,
fans?
so it's a cooling on demand principle, which we have across our entire range of machines. You know, if the cooling power is not required, we slow them down, and then we're then taking a lot less energy to run them.
And can some of the, you know, the heating there, can that be diverted to the cab, for instance?
Yeah, so we have 3 circuits in this tractor for cooling circuits then. Circuit number 1 is a cooler for the motor, the DC to DC converter. That is independent of itself, but then circuits 2 and 3 can be joined together depending on the state of whether you want to cool the battery or heat the battery, and that is also linked in with the cab as well, so we can heat and cool the cab. It's got a heated floor in it, that kind of stuff. So so if you want to put your heated floor on and your battery's warm, we can then take some of that heat exchange, put it into the cab, and get that energy to do that.
I'm going to say, make the most of what energy you've got, really, I suppose.
And when we haven't spoken about charging yet, but what we can do is, if we have this machine plugged into a charger, we can set a departure time. So I'll tell the tractor, right, I want you to be ready by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So when I come to it at 7, battery will be fully charged, cab will be warm, and the battery's ready to go. So it's using that energy from the grid, instead of me unplugging it, driving down the road and going, actually, I want to warm the cab up. I'm then using that energy to warm the cab up.
You might as well get it all prepped, ready, while it's plugged in.
Yes.
Right.
There's been a lot of thought on, you know, making the range as long as possible on this machine.
Yeah. Cool. Right, so from the cooling pack, moving back, let's see, you've got the big battery under there. Just explain that one.
So you've got a lithium-ion battery. It's made up of 180 cells. And when it's in operation, it is 668 volts, so plenty.
It's got a bit of juice there.
Plenty to go at, yeah. And like I say, that will last, you know, 4 to 5 hours, depending on what you're doing. And if you're doing really light duty stuff, then it will last even longer again.
Right. So you got your battery.
Yep.
That's running, it's just the one motor that it runs then, is it?
Yeah, so it's got a Danfoss AC current electric motor. So not to go into her high school physics lessons, but we've got 2 types of current. We've got AC and DC, alternating current. Electrons can go 2 directions. Direct current, it can only go one way. So a battery requires a direct current to charge it. So we have an onboard charger up at the top here. So when we put our AC plug in, which would be one of these, which we, you know, sort of standard issue then in the electric vehicle world, that alternating current is converted to direct current to charge the battery, but we need to convert it back to AC to run the motor.
Right.
So AC motors are far more efficient, and they can work in a much larger RPM band to a DC motor, and hence why we've run with that on this machine.
So that motor, that's sat down here somewhere, is it?
So it would be where your engine meets your transmission on a normal tractor.
Where your bell housing
would be, basically. Your bell housing, basically, where your clutch would be on an old school tractor.
Yeah.
That's where that motor is. And then on the back of that motor, you've then got that reduction gear set to get the RPMs correct. Yeah. And then it's Fendt Vario transmission.
And then it's effectively, back from there, it is the same as
this diesel brother over here. Yes, exactly.
Right. And how come you've made it like that? Why have you done it that way? Why not go ground up, complete electric tractor, electric drive, electric wheel motors,
Good question.
PTO?
So a tractor, you know, you need PTO, you need link arms, you need spool valves. We've perfected the geometry and the design of that within the 200.
Yeah.
So we wanted to bring out that, yes, this is a new concept with an electric battery, but we didn't want to change the entire vehicle. We wanted it to remain a Fendt at heart, remain familiar to our customers and our operators. So why reinvent the entire wheel? We've just changed the power source. You know, so actually, as a Fendt user, you wouldn't notice the difference really from driving it, other than when you come to plug it in and, you know, do that sort of thing.
It is literally just the power unit.
It's the best
up front that you've changed.
It was the best, the most cost-effective way to bring it to market without having to redesign an entire machine from word go.
Yeah.
The only difference really when we're talking of spec options, so the diesel tractor behind me is a power spec tractor, Well, on the electric ones, they are only available Profi or Profi Plus because you need to have that terminal in there just for your battery management and your battery parameters. So yeah, they'll all come with a screen. And of course, a Fendt One armrest. So yeah, that's pretty much.
That's it.
You know, the only difference in the cab is the start-stop button and the button to release the charger when I'm done charging.
Right.
But other than that,
But what about weight? Is this a bit heavier?
it'd be a little bit heavier. I would say this tractor is 5.5 ton with the loader on, which would be a couple 100 kilos more than the diesel one. The battery pack itself weighs 650 kilograms. So by the time you factor in an engine, a diesel tank full of diesel, the aim of the game was not to make something too dissimilar from the normal one, because if it's too dissimilar, then it's going to be much harder to get people to adopt and use it and purchase it and whatnot. So it's very, very like for like then to the product that we know and have had for a long time.
Right. And is there any sort of like engine braking? Like if you let off, will this thing hold you back?
Yes. So when you let off your accelerator, it will hold you back. But we then have I would say the exhaust brake, but it doesn't have an exhaust. So that's the recuperation button. So we can put up to 40 kilowatts back into the battery going down the hill. So if we press that, it holds us back and it's putting that energy back into the battery.
So regeneration effectively.
Maximum of 40 kilowatts, because if we go any more than that, it will actually lock the back wheels up. So that's how powerful the system is.
That's how much it could hold you back?
Yes.
Right.
So if I'm driving and I'm lifting off and I'm slowing down a little bit, it will automatically
do that already. Right,
But when I press that switch, it actively tries to slow me down then.
Right.
With
so like you
system.
say, that's like you've got an
It's
exhaust
like your
brake,
exhaust brake.
Right.
Yeah.
But while you're doing it, you're gaining some energy as well.
You're putting some energy back into the battery and extending your range as well, yes. And then when you come to charge it, we have a variety of charging options. So we, as Fendt, will offer you, Fendt branded charging cables and charging posts and all of that kind of thing to have at your facility. So this is an AC charger. So an AC charger is 22 kilowatt max.
Right.
So that's because, like I mentioned, the tractor converts it to DC to put into the battery.
Yeah.
So it can take a maximum of 22 kilowatts, like our electric, most of our electric cars. So if I plugged it into one of these chargers, 22 kilowatts, that's going to be, depending on what the battery level is, 4 to 5 hours to charge.
Yeah.
However, this tractor will go on a 80 kilowatt DC charger, which is the bottom plug there.
Ah, right, yeah.
And on your 80 kilowatt DC charger, it will go from 20 to 100 in about an hour.
All right.
So very, very quick.
So you could do a very quick top up if
you could do a quick top up if you needed it. Yeah.
But you need the special charging.
But
unit.
you would need a special charging unit, a fast charger DC unit for that. Yes, which would be available on a special consultation, because you need the infrastructure to have one of those.
And could you, if you didn't have any sort of special charging units or anything like that, could you plug this into a domestic supply? If push came to shove.
If push came to shove, I can plug this into my 3-pin socket in my house or my office, but it would take a while.
Right.
Yes, it would take about 20 hours from zero to charge up, but you can trickle charge them overnight like that, absolutely no problem. But a lot of the guys that we're speaking to that are in the market for a tractor like this, they're not really talking to us about charging infrastructure.
They're set up, are they?
They've already got that sorted, because they're already running electric forklifts, electric diggers, or an electric van or lorry.
So they're very used to this. And what would you say are the intended markets for these two tractors? Where are you pitching it at?
So this is a great unknown for us, to be honest. We know where we will pitch this machine. This machine will go into the vineyards, viticulture, horticulture industries. We are already a very, very strong market player with these markets. With our diesel variant, we've been making specialist vineyard tractors since the 70s. So we are very, very established. And a lot of the people in this market have been crying out for an electric tractor for quite a long time.
There is demand there.
There is
the vineyard
demand.
world.
So this is ready to go, because vineyard applications are typically, a lot less power hungry than what we use in agriculture. So this suits a vineyard very, very well.
Right. So we definitely know where that one's going. What about
this
version?
This is where it gets quite exciting. So this is where we are opening the gates to all other industries, really. So anybody A tractor is one of the most universal vehicles out there. So we'd like to see this machine going into factories as a tug, local councils doing maintenance work. We've got a nice Amazon mower on the back here. I mean, this would be a groundskeeper's dream, this outfit, I think, you know, for cutting playing fields and, you know, just doing maintenance around towns. Caravan parks, solar farms, golf courses, football clubs. There is a whole world out there of which this tractor can be suited to. You know, outside of agriculture. And of course, we will have a few go into agriculture as well.
Well, I was going to say, what about ag? Where can you see this fitting in ag?
So if you're doing routine work in agriculture, this tractor could fit the bill. So, you know, I mentioned 4 to 5 working hours on sort of light duties. Well, if you have a diesel 211 and you burn 1/4 of a tank to do a task. So if you are burning one less than 1/4 of a tank to do a task in one solid go, then the E100 will fit that bill.
Right.
But if you are burning more fuel than that in one go, then the diesel tractor is still the one for you.
So you've got quite an easy equation there, really.
Yeah, exactly. So the electric tractor is not here to replace this.
The diesel's not going anywhere.
It's not here to replace it. It's a product offering alongside that.
Yeah.
And because 200 horsepower and below, electric fits the bill very, very well. So we've got the potential to burn, generate 7.7 tons less carbon per year with this tractor.
With this?
But obviously it very much depends on your electricity
Exactly,
source.
yeah. There's going to be a lot of variables.
There's going to be a lot of variables.
And, you know, big question, why do it? Why have you done this in the first place? Why has Fendt gone, do you know what, shall we get into the world of electric tractors?
Well, you know, we all as humans have a bit of an obligation to think about the future and think about what we're doing and make the world a better place. This is a step towards that. So all of the emissions or the extra emissions that goes into producing the battery for this tractor, by 950 hours, those emissions are offset, providing it is charged on green energy.
Right.
So, you know, you look at that on a slightly longer lifespan, you go to 3,500 hours. This has produced 50% of the CO2 that one starts. So in terms of emissions, all the emissions are generated up front with the battery with this.
Yeah.
Minimal on the diesel, but obviously with the diesel it gets higher and higher as time goes on because you are burning that fuel.
Yeah.
To run it.
That's it. And has there been any calculations yet on running costs on these electric tractors, these E107s?
Not yet, no. It sort of depends on where you are getting your electricity from, because, you know, the guys we're talking to that are desperate to try these, they generate their own electricity. Right. So from a running cost perspective, it's going to cost them nothing once they have the tractor.
That's the dream, isn't it,
But of course, if I want to plug it in down at Tesco's, it's whatever the going rate is for the electricity on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but in terms of servicing...
I was going to say maintenance, go on.
Maintenance, so from a servicing and maintenance perspective, the overall cost is, you know, 1/3 less because we don't have an engine.
There's no engine to
Engines
service.
have oils, filters, all that kind of stuff. So a 500-hour service on one of these is a cab filter. Is a check over and a cab filter.
That's your only filter you're changing,
yes,
is it?
Yes.
On 500
and obviously
hours.
just some visual inspections around the machine.
Yeah.
But the physical thing we're changing, yeah, is a cab filter.
And then in terms of your longer maintenance cycles, I mean, presumably there's a bit of a question mark over the battery life yet.
Yeah, so this tractor is available with the same warranty package as the diesel brother. So we will go up to 8 years, 8,000 hours, entire vehicle, battery included.
Right, so you're fairly backing it then?
Same offering as on its diesel brother.
Right, and then although at this stage we don't quite know how long this battery's going to last and how many charge cycles you can put through it, because that's usually the main thing with batteries, isn't it?
Yes,
how many
yes,
times
that's the
you
big
charge
question.
them up and use it and whatnot. Ultimately, you know, when it does get to the end of its life, the battery, can you just swap it?
Yeah, so the battery is split into sections. So if you had a problem with one cell or you know, a cell section, our dealer network is currently going through an entire training process. So this will be fully dealer backed. You know, so if there's one problem area of the battery, you can change that section without having to change the entire thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very modular. Yeah, it's a prismatic battery, you know, sort of built up 180 cells,
Yeah.
and that's what gives us our 670 volts.
And yeah, I've just noticed this, but looking at these tyres, if we just come around here, these look a bit, these are a bit different.
Yes, so these are Trelleborg TM1 Eco Power. So these have been developed with us developed alongside the development of the tractor. So they've got a very, very low rolling resistance to maximize the range. I believe they are made out of quite a lot of recycled rubber, so 60% recycled rubber, so very, very sustainable, very, very good for the planet. So this is our tyre offering from factory.
Right, there you go. Like I say, that's been developed in line with this tractor.
To give maximum range, yeah.
Do you think you'll ever do a bigger tractor?
No, in all honesty. I mean, I can't speak for the future with various battery technologies and everything, but as it stands at the minute, the battery powered tractor works perfectly in this horsepower range because it remains practical. We can fit the battery in here and it works nicely. It doesn't make the vehicle too dissimilar from the diesel brother.
Yeah.
Now, for example, if I wanted a battery powered Fendt 942, that battery would weigh 15 ton.
Right.
Not practical.
Totally impractical for a tractor of that size.
But in this class of tractor, it works.
Yeah.
So that's why it is only the e107 range or 200 series range instead. It won't go up onto the bigger, the 300, 500, 700s because it just doesn't become, feasible for us then to put it in a bigger tractor.
Right, Philip, here we are in the e107, which is now a good chance to have a look at the operation of this electric-powered tractor, which still feels a little bit weird to say out loud, but we'll find out now. We've done all the technical bits outside. We've already hinted at that it's the same carbon. It should be the same driving experience, but we'll find out.
Let's go and drive it. Yeah.
Come on then. Go on. What's the crack then?
So we have our key. We've put our key in our little holder there. So it's a little magnetic, it's one key per tractor, so there is an immobiliser on it.
Right.
And once your key is in that holder, if you just press that start button there.
One press.
And we will wait for our screen to come on. And then once it says ready, as it suggests, we are ready.
So it's ready now, is it, nearly?
There we go.
Oh, it's ready now.
So we are now powered up and ready to go. So in this case, we're going to want to pick our rear link arms up. So if you press one press, there we go, it's fired up.
So I can lift this now,
You can lift that all the way up, yeah. There we go.
Well, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Because there's no engine noise. A revving up. All we've got is just that electric motor, which is just down here.
Yeah, sort of in front of the dashboard there. So.
Yeah.
And because now you've lifted your link arms up and you've stopped it and you haven't done anything else, you hear the motor has kicked out again.
Right, because we're not doing anything.
Because we're not doing anything.
It's gone. I'm going to go back in standby.
I'm going to go back into standby. So once you tell the tractor, right, well, I want to drive forward, let the handbrake off, it will go again.
So I've selected forward. It's walk up again. Ready?
Yeah.
Handbrake off. And what? Just the same as?
Just drive.
Get comfy. Have a little look around.
Yeah, and we're off. And we're moving.
And you can hear the motor is effectively revved up a bit because I've given it a bit of a throttle input. The varial is doing the same thing that the varial's always done.
Yeah. Aim and go.
That's it. So go on then, just explain where we are today, because we are at Agco HQ, aren't we?
We are at Agco HQ, so Abbey Park, Stoneleigh. So yeah, this is where all the magic happens. So we've borrowed a little Amazon mower, fantastic mower for the back of this tractor. So thank you to Amazon for that. And yeah, we've just been mowing some of the grounds and having a bit of a play with it really and getting to know it.
So you've done a bit of groundskeeping around Abbey Park.
Yes, it's a little bit different to mowing silage, isn't it? In 620s and 724s. But yeah, this would be the dream outfit, I think, for that.
Also, looking at this screen, we've got guidance on here. So this would be a Profi Plus,
this is a Profi Plus. So yeah, like mentioned, there's no power in the electric tractor range. It's just Profi or Profi Plus. And then you've got setting 1 or setting 2, which is whether you have that 3L joystick or not.
Right.
So yeah, like this tractor has a loader. Granted, it's not on it at the minute, but yeah, it's nice to control with that joystick because you've got the...
have your loader control on that one there.
Yeah.
It'd be quite a handy little loader tractor, this, wouldn't it?
There you go, hit that switch now on the floor.
All right, so that's pulling us back there.
And then you'll notice that goes blue.
Yeah.
And then it tells you the kilowatts it's putting back into the battery.
So when it goes minus, then it's about minus sort of 4 or 5 kilowatt. Then so that's going back into
the battery for us to use.
So where do we want to go?
So if we turn right over there and go between those two trees. Right. So we haven't had much rain this year, so the grass hasn't, grown very much.
It's a bit burnt off. But we've got it's same for everybody.
Yes, so we'll just do a little bit of mowing down here against this hedge.
Right, so with this little machine we've got, what's the crack then? Drop it down.
So if you drop it down onto the floor all the way down.
Put it floor.
Yeah, and then if we unlock our hydraulics, we'll just lengthen our top link till it's in the middle of the slot. There we go. And then it's resting on that. There we go. So it's resting on the roller. About there. So that, the machine, you just sort of pull it. There's a nice roller on the back of it.
Right.
So if you.
And then when we get to the end, we just lift on the linkage.
Well, so if you press your Rubik's Cube button there.
Yeah.
And that brings up all our tractor menu.
Yeah.
If you touch the rear link arm there, press auto. I'm just going to limit the maximum lifting height.
Yeah.
So you can now do it on your go and end,
button. Lift that a bit.
Yeah.
And then it's resting on the rear rollers now.
It's resting on the rear wheels.
And press go. We go down. Lovely.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll run it in 540E today, just because, well, there's not much there.
Not too hard, is it?
No. Right. So we'll do 2 slow taps. There we go. So that's now spinning.
Give a bit
and
of
then
rev.
you still got a traditional hand throttle. So we'll take it to about 400. That'll do for the purpose of today because we haven't got much grass. And then it's a case of aim and go.
Right. So literally, what we've just done, everything is the same as on the diesel 200 series.
Exactly the same.
Absolutely everything.
So if we just press back, we can look at our GPS screen, and then you've hit your go button. So yeah, let's go. You can do it all on your foot pedal, and once you're happy with your forward speed, just push your joystick to the right, and then it will then hold the speed that we are doing.
Right.
If you want to give your foot a little bit of a rest, there we go.
Oh. Well, there you go. That's it then, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Operation-wise,
job done. So I know we haven't got much grass in front of this at all today, but this is the kind of conditions that this tractor will be working in.
Yeah.
But we're going along. We're only using 10, 12 kilowatts. Well, 14 there, as we can see on that screen. So 100 kilowatt battery. You can do the maths, so it'll last a fair while doing this particular task. Don't mow the long grass bits because they're for nature.
That's for nature.
That's for nature.
We're driving a tractor in nature green, so we've had to behave, haven't we?
We've got our sustainability hats on today.
We have, haven't we, today, driving this. So, literally, if you are used to driving Fendt tractors...
No difference with this, really?
Absolutely zero difference, really, in terms of operation.
In terms of operation, there is zero difference. You just might be a little bit more conscious as to how much you're going to push it if you're, talking about range.
Yeah.
But other than that, no difference at all.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing you're going to be... in the first instance, the first few months of owning this, you're going to be wanting to work out what can we do, what's the range on this thing.
But it's like when you first get your electric car, at first you're thinking, how long is this going to last? But once you know what it can do, you can get into a really good routine with it then.
Yeah, and that's the word with electric, isn't it? It's routine.
Yes.
I suppose you've got to get this thing to fit what you're doing.
And those environments that it will fit into very, very well. Because it's a very, very unique product at the moment, and like I say, we're excited to get it out in front of people.
Yeah, and what we're sort of doing right now, this
this is the work that it's for. This will be a big chunk of what it's doing.
Yeah.
Ground maintenance and turf work. Yeah. We're not going to be seeing these on ploughs and subsoils and that sort of stuff. It's it's not designed for that. But like I mentioned, it's
laugh though, won't
it? It would be, but like I mentioned, it's not to replace the diesel one. It's an offering alongside. It's its own entity. You've got to get them lovely, nice mown lines into this lawn.
We're strapping, aren't we? It's ideal for this, though, isn't it?
It's perfect, isn't it?
Quietly getting on with the job, no fuss, no drama. I mean, joking aside, it's just sort of underwhelmingly good, isn't it? It just sort of gets on with it, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no drama, like I say, no fuss. Just,
It's doing the job and it's doing it quietly, and then,
yeah.
you know, I mean, yes, there is a little bit of a noise coming off of that gear set that's bringing the RPMs down, but it's by no means unpleasant.
Oh no, it's not deafening, is it?
No, I mean, if we were sat here now with the radio on, you'd be pretty much silence, wouldn't it?
Exactly. I think the loudest thing in this cab, apart from me and
Us.
Dee, well, yeah, apart from me and Dee, is the air conditioning.
Yeah.
You know, it's the fans that we can hear now. You start hearing other noises.
All
now,
the other
don't you?
noises you've never been able to hear before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very agile, isn't it?
Yeah. What sort of turning circle on this? Do we know?
4.2 radius circle.
Right.
So yeah, a little bit more than a sixpence, but may as well be.
Yeah. You've not quite engineered in the pull and turn effect on this one yet.
No. So it's an ML type unit that's in the other 200s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's single range from 20 meters an hour to 40k. So
Yeah.
she will do 40k.
So it is the same transmission as the 200 series.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Right.
ML75 in this, ML70 in the V. It's a slightly smaller transmission in the V, just because it's a narrower tractor, low
Physically
cab.
smaller tractor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were mentioning before there is interesting markets in this. There is
Definitely.
the demand is there. Well, you wouldn't have done it otherwise, would you?
No, exactly. It's a new dawn. It's a new group of customers. It's a new group of demos. It's tasks we've never done before, and it's very, very interesting. You get speaking to somebody and they say, well, I'd like a tractor for my factory to pull this type of trailer in or out.
Yeah.
And you're like, never thought of that, but a tractor actually fits perfectly. And loader municipal work with a loader on the front, well, endless.
Yeah.
Garden centres, unloading lorries every now and then. Little watering tank sprayer on it for watering plants. Honestly,
It keeps that list of applications keeps going. Once you get, the trouble is with me especially, but once you get your head out of that ag world,
yes,
the possibilities start opening up then, don't they?
Exactly.
For machines like this.
I brought you down into a lovely tree section here.
It's good, isn't it? I'm getting into this too much, aren't I? I want this track to be spot on. And we've got, looking at the windscreen, we've got heated front windscreen,
Yes.
heated rear windscreen.
Yes.
So that'll all get ready, well, as part of the readiness of it. Yeah, does all that as well.
And a floor heater as well.
Yeah.
So if you have
floor heater as
if you
well?
have cold tootsies,
Yeah.
you can have the floor heater on as well.
God, you're going to get me cooking, it's hot enough
Yeah,
today,
we'll turn that off.
Do you know what, I'm just going to take your word for that one. I believe you on that.
And if we do want some fresh air, well, we can actually open the front
So we've
window
got
as well. So
Alpine specs. We'll say bye-bye to camera one.
yeah. And there we go.
Look at that!
So then we can have a little bit of fresh air if we want to as well.
And now we can just hear that motor just whirring away in front of us there. But it's like I said before, it's not
obnoxious. It's still quieter than the diesel.
It's not a racket, is it? To be fair, your diesel's not that loud either. These
No,
days, is it?
no.
This is just another step on again, I suppose, in terms of the quietness scale.
Yeah, a lovely breeze.
It is nice, that actually.
I'm coming round to the front window.
Well, sometimes you don't always want aircon, do you?
No, there's nothing better than fresh air.
But yeah, coming back to applications, I know it seems fairly endless outside of ag, but in ag there will be just the odd occasion, won't there?
There'll be some routine work, some routine loader work, some routine feeding work.
Yeah.
It's definitely got its place. In some applications in agriculture.
Yeah, and especially if you're making your own energy, which
Some
happens
people
a
are.
lot these days, doesn't it?
Some people are, yeah. And then if you are generating your own electricity from wind farms or solar farms, then, well, it's effectively free to run then, isn't it?
Yeah, free lacking, free fuel, isn't it, basically? Now, once you get your head around that, it's just a slightly different. I suppose the only different sensation is the noise.
Yeah.
Once you get your head around that,
Once you've tuned into that, yeah.
it's all the same after that.
Well, it's a similar conversation that we were having in our other series with the low revving concept.
Yeah.
Once you're tuned into the noises it makes, it sort of makes more sense then.
Yeah. So what, your groundsman's going to come back and it's like, oh, it's all been done.
He's going to say, "Where's my straight lines? Everything's."
Yeah, you've ruined it. But it's, I mean, you know, like I said, coming back from my perspective, from the ag perspective, it is just good to look outside your comfort zone that you're used to, and it's just good to see different technologies like this.
And now that the tractor's physically here, we're in it, we're using it, it makes a lot more sense than just reading about it, if you know what I mean. Because we've got the physical product, because it's so similar to the diesel one.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'll find its place quite easily.
Yeah, wherever that may be. Multiple markets by the sound of things. Right, well, we'll wind it down there.
Go if we hit the...
Power that down.
Cut the revs, RPMs off.
Kill that. Sweet. Let's
have that back in.
Put it back into normal mode. Transport mode.
Transport mode. There we go.
Jobs are Bobby Dazzler. We're off.
There we go if you hit the recuperation button.
Oh, look at that. Literally just like engine braking, just pulling you back.
Literally like engine braking. That peaked at 28 there.
28?
Peak, like that was what it peaked at. Yeah.
So literally pulling back 28 kilowatt back into...
And putting it into the battery.
Right. What was you say the most it'll do?
40.
40.
Because any more than that, you're locking the transmission up.
Oh yeah. There we go, what's she pulling back? Yeah, about 21, 20. It's cool, is that, isn't it?
Yeah. So just from our little playing around, what have we done? 6 kilowatts we've used.
So 6 kilowatt in 20 minutes ish.
Yeah. Just messing around with what we were doing.
Yeah, literally messing around. Yeah. Got the loader on now.
Got the loader on now.
It's in its ready state. So as soon as I let that off.
Yeah. Fires up.
Give it a direction.
Yeah.
It's like, come on then. Let's go.
Let's go. So we'll just go for a little ride around the test track.
Down here.
Yes.
No one behind. There we go. And now we're on the 3L joystick there.
Fully integrated into the tractor.
Look at that. So that spinning motor, that one single motor, that has to power everything on this, doesn't it?
Yes. So I've slowed down the hydraulics for the mower on the back.
Yeah,
so if we just hit the Rubik's Cube hydraulics button, which is that one, and we'll speed them flows up.
Which one are we on?
We're on yellow and blue. So we'll just speed them up. No mechanical sympathy. There we go.
The weapon has landed.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now she's more excitable. Right. Have a little play. A little look. So we can find down here. What have we got hiding down here?
Not much hiding here at the minute.
Quite a minute. Well, that's rapid, is that, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the power consumption will be like. You know, you do a morning of that in some heavy calf bedding muck, tearing out.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how long
see the duty cycle of it.
Yeah.
It's fast enough though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's definitely fast enough. And
then you got a shuttle then on
that one as well. Yeah, you're not going to be hanging around waiting for that, are you?
No.
It's going to be quite a bit of a mentalist on the loader, isn't it? Especially you're doing them short runs, like, you know, heat spreader. It's going to be rah rah.
It'll be on it. And because it's not making engine noises, the noise is pretty consistent.
It is. It's just
it feels weird because the loader's going quickly, but it's, you know.
Yeah, loader's flying up and down, and I'm not really doing it to encourage that, if you know what I mean. It's not like I'm having to pin it out and like wrestle the thing, is it? But we'll find out more if we ever do get this.
Yeah.
In a farming situation. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Job done.
Tried it on the loader, so yeah, it was one of them while we're here. Thought, sorry,
it was on the loader. Yeah.
We'll have a bash. Yeah, so there you go. Thank you very much, Philip. Once again, just for the walk around bit that we did before, all the technical details and everything. The little bit on the mower, with the Amazon mower, and now just a little bit with the loader.
Playing about. Yeah.
As mentioned, it would be great to get this in a realistic environment at some point, which should be quite interesting, especially from maybe the ag perspective, that sort of thing.
Just to see where it'll go.
Just to see what it will do, because that's it's just interesting, isn't it? We don't deal with stuff like this a lot. There's the odd electric loader out there now, which we've done, and they've been interesting to try out. Some more frustrating than others, but it's just been interesting to see what this is like. So anyway, New world. So there you go. Once again, Philip, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
Absolutely spot on. Thank you guys for watching as well. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. As ever, for more first impression pieces like this, and yeah, all of our reviews and custom reviews and lots of other things, just go check out that there at LandPowerTV.com. But for now, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you again next time.